As winter blues still lurk around the corner, you realize this is the perfect opportunity to get back to healthy routine so that you feel good and energized. Wellness and self-care are topics that become big trends, and while we agree that the practice has profound benefits for our health and well-being, sometimes the content we see influences us to think it has to look a certain way. As I've entered my 30s, I realize that the heart of self-care is very simple. It is to do less but with more intention, and ultimately, it has to feel authentic to you. In this Life Reset Week 2, come spend a day with me today and I'll share with you my routine that makes me feel so good and grounded every day. I love morning times as it marks the beginning of new days. My morning routine focuses on cleanse and refresh. It starts from waking up feeling so fresh. I never thought that improving sleep hygiene can actually change my life. Having healthy sleep habits isn't only about having 6 to 8 hours of sleep, but also having a structured sleep cycle and respect biological clock. Our bodies love routine. Going to bed and wake up at the same time every day will improve our health and well-being significantly. How do I know I finally follow my clock? It's when I get up at the same time without an alarm anymore. I get up straight away when I'm awake, and I don't lie in to avoid falling back to sleep, which will make me feel more tired. I always drink a good glass of water to wake my body up completely, then roll out my mat to do my workout routine, and it is my keystone activity to set me up for the day. You can watch my Life Reset Week 1 as I explain more about it. Today is a Saturday, which is my relaxed day. So I just do a 20-minute stretching to improve my flexibility. I appreciate my tiny peaceful moment before the day fully starts with a cup of tea and have conversation with myself through journaling, where I write down my intentions and how I want to show up to the world. My morning skincare routine focuses on cleansing and hydrating my skin. I built a simple and minimal routine using products that are gentle on my skin and body. At the moment, where my skin feels slightly sensitive, I stopped using active ingredients and stick with the very basic, which is tone, moisturize, and SPF. I mean, I've always kind of more like less is more makeup routine girl, but now that I've reached my 30s, I feel like it's extra important that I nail down the basics of skincare. With skincare, you don't really want to do it too complicated, because to be fair, we're pretty busy people. Like, I don't want to spend an hour doing skincare and makeup routine, so I just rather keep things simple and quick but effective. So that's my motto to skincare. Oh man, this is too much. So it's just nice and moisturize. Gonna let that sit for a bit before I apply sunscreen, because otherwise then it will get like peeling thingy. So while I'm waiting, I'm just gonna do my body lotion. Non-negotiable sunscreen. I've used sunscreen since I was little, and by little I mean like 10. And thanks to my mom, because she told me to do it. Obviously living in Bangkok or Thailand, the sun is very strong. The irony is I got burned quite severely in the UK. So you would think that, I live in the UK, that you don't need a lot of sunscreen. No, I don't trust it. I apply sunscreen every day, even if when I, stay at home. I used to suffer quite badly from acne, but once my hormones sort of calmed down, and also like I have controlled my weight and everything, so everything just like worked so well, and then I don't have a lot of problem with acne anymore, which is very, very fortunate of me. And with makeup also, like I just keep it very simple. I don't apply a lot of makeup, and I don't do that every day. I just do like a little bit of concealer just to improve my under eye areas. And I think it's just so key to have kind of more like a routine, kind of your usual go-to makeup routine, because I think that saved me so much time. So yeah, makeup in my 30s, I feel like I passed the point of trying to find my style. I'm gonna get ready. It's quite late, and I'm very starving, so I'm just gonna wrap this up, and then we're just gonna make breakfast together. As my day starts, Fuel and energy are what I need to get through my to-do lists. Nourishing my body and soul with simply balanced and varied diet is how I stay energized and focused. I learned so much from the past year that I am able to push myself further in every direction because I fuel my body with great food. It is my top priority to eat different ingredients in a week and have great balance of complex carbs, protein, good fat, and fiber in every meal. And I tend to eat around the same time, so my body trusts me that I'll feed her properly and never let her starve for too long. So good, this beetroot hummus, and I add beetroot in, add a bit more mint. Oh, this is just glowy, heavenly. I feel like food is such a essential part of, I feel like it should be for everyone, like everyone should be able to enjoy food, and I know that I'm privileged to be able to enjoy food like this. Having nice food would definitely set my vibe for the whole day. Like if I have good food, I have good mood. Sometimes we are confused by dehydration, thinking it is a cue for hunger. So one thing I religiously do is to drink lots of water throughout the day. I carry my water bottle with me everywhere. When I'm in a deep focus mode, I don't want to keep getting up to top up my water. Having a jug next to me is super handy to keep rehydrated. Here I'm going out to get some shopping for the weekend, and it would take me about a 40-minute walk to where I'm going. This is also how I get my steps in. One simple exercise that is free and so easy is walking. I would go out for a walk every day if possible, as a part of a natural movement to keep energized. It is simply a blessing to be able to move like so, and I'm grateful for the privilege to keep fit and not feeling all achy everywhere. Moving my body also helps improving my mood in general, but honestly, I like to romanticize walking, listening to the right music and imagining I'm a main character going about her life. Well, I'm the main character of my life, so I definitely choose a rom-com story here. It's now 1:45 and I'm so starving. We just got back home, and I guess I'm just gonna quickly cook something and also do a little bit meal prep, because I think one of the things that make healthy food more accessible and easier for you is to do some meal prep. But meal prep for me is a bit daunting because I don't know what I'm gonna eat, in the next few days. So what I would rather do is just cook a few ingredients that I know that I can keep in the fridge, and then I can assemble quickly when I don't have time to cook something elaborate. I'm really starving, and let's just do some lunch. This is my lunch. So basically just take about, 5 minutes, just when, I just prepare everything when the quinoa is cooking. And yeah, I have some spare more vegetables, greens and quinoa that I'll keep in the box. That will be ready to assemble when I need it for the next few days. It helps a lot, especially when, it's in a rush, or lunchtime, or even dinner time when I can't be bothered to cook. I'll just put everything from the boxes in the containers in the fridge, and then just make a meal out of it, and it's nice and healthy. And with this one, beetroot, potato, sweet potato, quinoa, rainbow chard, I think I could do with a bit more protein, but because I don't have time, so yeah, I'll just gonna enjoy this one, and then I'll get my protein from other meals. This coffee that my partner made for me in the morning, and I didn't get a chance to finish it, and I thought I could do with some afternoon pick-me-up, but I also need to finish the coffee, so I blended the coffee with the new chocolate protein powder that I got today, also with the frozen berries. Kind of works, but a little bit it's just that I guess I've been thinking a lot, and I also had conversations with people around me, the reason why they find it a bit difficult to start eating healthy or improving their diet is because they can't cook and they don't want to cook. I totally understand that it feels very daunting having to cook and you don't know where to start. I'm a huge advocate of home cook because I think that is the best thing that you could do for yourself, the flavor is nice, and you can't really get that from takeaway or supermarket ready to eat meal. Recently, I feel like I haven't been very inspired about cooking. I don't know what to cook. I don't know what to eat. So now I kind of understand a bit more about people who feels like they don't really want to cook and they don't know how to cook. That's why I think that you don't feel like you need to start cooking or do everything from scratch to be able to eat healthy. And I think meal prep is one thing that you can do, but also like for me, key thing, regardless of whether you cook at home or you eat outside, is for you to make sensible and healthy choices for your meal. I think that's something that I also try to improve myself after, going on, or after like finally graduated from my very extreme diet and lose fat period. My baseline is to eat what makes me feel good. And that could also be something very greasy or oily. I had ramen the other day, or it could also be something light as salad. That's absolutely fine because that makes me feel good and that what I want to eat that day. I would choose options that provides me a bit more of a fiber, have a balance. Yeah, basically just like a balanced bowl. I'm not sure about you, but I feel like my experience with eating outside, especially street food, you tend to get less of the fiber. You can get protein a lot if you go for meat option, but if you have vegetarian or vegan diet, I feel like sometimes it can be quite tricky. So I try to prioritize fiber and then less of the deep fried food. So if you want to improve your diet and start eating a little bit healthier, but you don't cook, then when you go to supermarkets, it's also like choose something that's has a bit more fiber to keep you full longer, a bit more of a whole food ingredients, lentils, sweet potato. You can also try a new recipe like once a week or challenge yourself to try. Then you gradually collect more of the healthy dishes that you can cook and you can enjoy, rather than feel like, oh, you have to, try everything all at once. I feel like that's a bit unrealistic. That's kind of my approach to cooking and to my healthy food, keeping a balanced diet these days. And so far, I feel like it's been working quite well, and I'm very happy with how kind of bond with my food again. I'm back home again in my living room with my cup of tea. So we went out to see like a sculpture exhibition, and it was really fun. Like it was really good. It was good fun. But to be fair, I'm exhausted. I'm just like so ready to just nurse my tea and just get ready to kind of decompress. I don't want to say that I feel old going out. This is something that is sort of like hit me, that it's not about seeking fun outside of the house anymore. Once you reach certain point in life, now that I'm in my 30s, it is more about prioritize self-care time and prioritize me time, slowing down rather than just going out for fun and having to kind of like socialize or like see everything, like getting stimulated all the time. I'd rather than stay home and having quality time, maybe light a candle and just have like a nice cozy evening. Like today I'm very exhausted and I can't wait to get changed, and then I'm just gonna do my face mask, which is one of the best things that I can do for myself, like wash all of the dirt and all of the day away. I can't speak properly now because I'm just like so tired. It's been a long day and it's wet and it's a bit cold and I felt a bit low energy towards the end. But yeah, I think this is just maybe a way for me to wrap up this video anyway, that is not like with the act of self-care and to kind of take care of your well-being. To me, it's not so much about having like stimulation from somewhere else anymore. It has to be activities that makes me feel relaxed. I just want to put aside all of the worries and concerns of the day. And this year I also started doing more of reduce my screen time in the evening. Even though they're on the weekends, then I would definitely watch a films or some TV shows. Then I would just write my journal to reflect about the day and maybe read. And actually today, when I went out earlier in the afternoon, I wanted to get a new book, and unfortunately, annoyingly, that every time when I went to Waterstones, they never actually have the book that I want to read in stock. I desperately need a new book as soon as possible. Otherwise, I feel like I don't know what to do in the evening, and then I'm just gonna go back to scrolling. I think that's it. Basically, this is like my routine. I feel like once now that I prioritize myself and being disciplined about putting myself first and making sure that I really take care of myself, decompress, relax, I just feel like overall it improved so much of my performance or productivity. It is something that is really good, and I would say that is also this is like the routine that changed my life and how I show up to the world. But yeah, I feel like I can't really speak English anymore, and I just want to say like thank you so much for joining the day with me today. I'm gonna go relax now and stop using my brain, and then I'll see you in my next video. Bye.